Okay, take 1,288. Warmed up my coffee with my cup that is losing its letters and its bubbles because, I don't know, expensive, cheap cup. But I like the size. I like big mugs for coffee. I ended up putting a thing in my. I love long hair. I don't want to cut my hair, but it's so staticky right now, and I don't like it in my face. And yeah, things in the way under here. It makes it kind of. I gotta move it. Anyway, if you want to know, because I ramble a lot, you can go to my other channel. It's called Ev Rambles. I talk about what's going on in my life. My hair is really staticky, and it's like, it bugs me. It's like cat hair. Sorry, I got cats that shed really bad. Oh, I start coughing, and I just blame it on a fur ball. Anyway, I am reading Walk in the Light series by Todd Bennett, Restoration. And I'm on chapter 1. This is the third one. I do have a video already done that I need to put up. I'm going to try to do the edit program because there's a couple things I want to add in there for visual. So I'm going to practice with that and hope I can do it okay so you guys can see some of the stuff that he talks about, the spelling and what it looks like and whatnot. Um, anyway, alrighty. Had to pause it there for a minute. Sorry about that. It's just when I do dishes, my face starts to itch. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the heat from the water. I always say I'm allergic to doing dishes. I do them before I go to bed at night because my uncle is in there so much. It's like I would be doing them every 2 hours. So I just figure I'll just do them one time, do them before I go to bed, and then if there's more there in the morning, fine, I'll do those, and then I do it when I go to bed. Slurp my coffee. Like I said, I'm reading. Um, I'm also going to say that, man, it's like whenever I do a video, it's like everything starts just whatever. Breathe. I am not a well versed reader. I do not pronounce words a lot of times correctly. I am slow. Um, anyway, I stumble, I stammer, I stutter. So, but I enjoy reading this, and I would like to eventually get some fellowship on this and be able to talk about some of the subjects. And I really do like his books. It's kind of fun to be able to read and discuss the different beliefs and scripture and what scripture says as opposed to other things, and it has really changed my life. And I don't know, maybe I should um, I used to watch, since I'm not reading, I used to watch a YouTube called it was Levi Price. This is how I got into the Hebrew um, beliefs, knowing more about the scriptures and what churches are teaching, etc., and comparing it more deeper. Anyway, when I was watching him, somebody had popped in, when you're commenting, and I guess they commented back to me to not listen to him. And I liked him at the time. And I was like, why? And then I ended up talking to this person, and they seemed interesting. So he invited me to um, listen to them, and it's like Skype. I can't think of it right now. I just got a brain toot. um, oh my God, I just can't think of the other program, but it's like Skype. And he invited me because they would do like, I know I keep, sorry. They would do like, for lack of a better word, studying scripture. They practiced Saturday Sabbath, which is what it is. Sunday is the first day of the week. It is not the Sabbath day. It is not the day of rest. And so we would almost like have Shabbat together and just read the Torah and talk, and it was really interesting. I'm not going to go into detail, but there was a couple that was attending also, and some things had happened where the the group kind of broke up, and I ended up connecting with this couple, and they're really amazing, super super people. It's a married couple. They now have 4 children, 3 boys and a girl, and they've been through a lot. I mean, it's just amazing to see what they have gone through and where they're at now. I mean, they have really have been through a lot. So, but it's pretty amazing. I mean, you can almost say they were at rock bottom, really, and then Yahweh has brought them tremendously out of the valley, so to speak. And I am still in touch with them. And I used to study with them when I was in my own home. And then my back surgery happened, and that kind of messed me up. And then I moved here to take care of my uncle. That messed me up. And I just, even though I still talk to her online on Facebook and stuff, which I'm really thankful that we have remained friends, I have failed to continue studying, and I kind of just drifted away. And I mean, I went through the whole thing, baptized, they call it. Oh my God. See, I'm like, my brain just doesn't function anymore, and that is actually scary for me, and I hate it because when I do study and I don't remember things, but I'll get it back. Repetition, it'll come back. I just want to get back and back with learning about Yahweh and being more obedient and learning what it is that I need to do. And I know I've just drifted so far away. Sorry. And I know it's not going to be easy, and but it's worth it. I know I can do this. Anyway, so I went to Sukkot one year, a couple of years ago, and it was just absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely loved it. The people were amazing. I wish the whole world was like that. It was rough because I didn't tell anybody. I was living at my house at the time, and I didn't tell anybody I was leaving because I knew they would object. I mean, my whole family is like just, I'm the only one that is a believer, and I knew they would have given me a hard time, so I just made sure that I had my car serviced, and I said I wanted it, I serviced it. Can it make it to Missouri and back? And so I went, and I think my son had called me, and I was like all ready. I was out of Michigan. I forget where exactly I was, and he called and I said, I think he asked me if I was home or he wanted me to do something, and I'm like, I'm not home. Where are you? And then I told him I was, I don't know, Indiana. I don't know exactly where I was, but, and I don't travel alone. I hate traveling alone. I mean, I was scared to death because I can't even read a map, and I know that with this Google Maps, or that you use the GPS and stuff. If I didn't have that, I would have never made it. I was scared to death. Even with that, I was a nervous wreck because I can't see at night. And it was interesting because I was driving and I was hoping I could make it in one day. And I think it's a 6-hour drive. And there's a time change. But it was in October, so the light isn't, it's not like it stays light until 9 o'clock. So I was driving and it was like, I was just so nervous to pull off, I guess. I worry about getting lost in that, but I did because it was getting late and I knew I wasn't going to be able to see, and oh my goodness, it was scary. And I was just praying and praying. I'm like, okay, I'm getting off. It's getting too dark to drive. It was only dusk, but I said, it's going to be dark. The first place I hit, Yahweh, I'm going to stay there. And it was a dive, and I did not, I couldn't. I couldn't. I'm like, no, I can't stay there. It would look so scary. I'm like, I'd rather sleep in my car. And that's what I thought I was going to do. And so then I went to a second one and it was worse. And I'm like, no, I don't want to sleep in my car. I would have. I said, okay, last chance. And it was one of those, oh shoot, kind of like the Holiday Inn. I can't remember which one it is, but it was one of those kind of places. And I walked in and it's pouring down rain by now and I can't see and I'm just shaking. I'm so upset. I'm literally shaking because I was just like beside myself that I was scared and I didn't want to end up, without a place to stay, and I was nervous about sleeping in my car, and I would have though. So I went in there and I went up to the counter and I asked if they had something. They only had one room left, and I forget if it was like a suite or something they called it. And I said I didn't care. I had my credit card. I'm like, I don't care. But and I think it's because somebody had just canceled it. Somebody had just canceled, and it was the last room that they had because somebody came in behind me, and I felt so bad, and they said they were full. And but they were super, super nice, and so I ended up having a place to stay, which was absolutely, I was ecstatic. Except for when I got up in the morning. Everything was fine, but I found a tick in my bed. It was on the sheets. I'm like, where the blazes did that come from? I couldn't imagine, and I took it downstairs. I wrapped it up, and I was like, this wasn't my bed. So they took some money off of my bill, and it was I did make it okay, and then I made it there after that, and there was this one lady that kind of took me under her wing, and it was just, and I so want to go again. I loved going, and alrighty. I'm not going to get into that phone call. I would on my Ev Rambles channel. I just wanted to talk about how I came to be entered into the belief system of the Hebrew, the scriptures, the Torah, following scriptures for what they are, not what for man makes them out to be. I just need a lot of work. So, I just wanted to touch on that to let you guys know. And some people will say that when you go from Christianity to following the it's like they call it crossing over. You've crossed over into, you know, the I don't even know what to call it. And I apologize. I mean, as I go on, I'm sure that I'll learn, and I'm hoping that there's a gentleman. He's the husband of the friend, or the lady, the couple that I'm friends with. I'm hoping that he will pop in and help, maybe plug in an explanation what I'm trying to say. He's amazing. I mean, he's like beyond smart. Blows me away. I put him at the genius level. And when we did study together, he would just totally bring it alive. Anyway, this has gotten too long. I am going to cut it down. I will make another one where I'm just actually reading and talking, but I did want to explain how I ended up following this belief system. So you guys have a good night. Talk to you later. My uncle's making all that noise. Press like, subscribe, comment, please. I'll talk to you later. Bye.